Hello and welcome back to what I now call the Springfield project. This is just a quick run through of how to build the brown house. I've started building up a layer, as you can see here. I've taken it up one block, but with a space of 2 slabs in the ground level of the road for 2 rows, and then another 2 rows of 7 above that. But at half block, so that would be the lower part of the block, and then the slabs then up on the second layer. If you are interested in doing that, I've gone 7 wide, obviously gone 2 in to the drive, then gone up a level, half a block to that level, and then going across 31, 38 including the 7 that will make up for the garage here. And I've gone in, come across 3 over, and that's where I'm going to be building the garage too. I'm just having a little play around here because I'm literally just building it as I see it. I'm not going to waste a load of time on this house, as really I have no clue what the inside would look like or is like. So it's all about just standing the brown house there. I'm still going to try and keep it as accurate as possible, but I'm finding it actually quite hard to find the depth for this house. There's only a couple of pictures. I don't know what I started last time, but obviously the base has changed because the pictures don't show what my initial plans were. So this is now how I'm going to do it, and we're just going to go straight into it, start building. So I've done the garage, the actual inside of the garage itself, 7 wide, and then I'm going to go 3 high like I've done on this one, trying to keep it in context with the other houses. So like I say, the inside of it will follow the path, 7 wide as an entrance, 3 high. So then taking my top layer across the 4th block high. I'm then going to step out and I'll dual layer that, so I've got 2 coming outside of the width of the house itself. I've actually brought out 3 altogether there. So guys, I'm going to dual layer around the entrance, just purely so I can put the garage on the inside of that, so it still stands out one block ahead. You'll have to ignore that and build in sort of onto a no footing. I just thought it'd be easier, and then I could fill around it with the grass afterwards. So as we go along, it'll become clearer. For me, this is just a work in progress, the same as the others. I'm just gonna come straight out, start recording as I'm building, and if the ideas work, awesome. If they don't, take it down and just carry on doing it. Now originally when I done this garage, I was gonna go with the white clay. Didn't like the look of it up against the brown, seemed very bland, it just didn't seem right. So in the end I went with hardened clay just to give it a bit of colour really. Really I wanted all quite wood, and I've noticed that now we seem to have a lot more differences in what wood types we can use, the doors we can use, the panes, the glass, which is awesome for me really, because now I can obviously, if I was doing my Paw Patrol, I can now do that in the blue glass, which will make it look so much better. Yeah, I'm just going to take over my paving, the one step in obviously just to tie it into the garage. And there you are guys, that's my main footing for now. We'll jump back into it in just a quick second. So here we are guys, that's where I got to. I won't go into length, I'm just going to build this out 4. You can actually go ahead and build it out 5 from the entrance of the garage. Reason being is because I'm trying to have to fatten this house out a little bit so it's not small in comparison to the Simpsons, but it doesn't quite work the way I wanted it to. But I say that, But I always say it's exactly the same. The more time you take on these things, the more you start doubting how it looks, and you've just got to get it done and then go from there, really. So yeah, we're going to go 5 over, we're going to leave a space of 4 for the window, and we're going to go 3 in height, and then on our 4th block, drag it across. And we're now going to come across a space of 5 blocks, 6 in total, or is it just 5? Yeah, so 5 blocks I've gone to the corner then, and we've got our 4 window panes, obviously 3 rows of 4, just to fill in the gap. Guys, I am sorry I'm a bit slow on this one. It is purely where I'm just literally having to work from fresh. My old footing, I can't keep up with what I done 3 months ago, because obviously now I've got different ideas and to what I had then. So I'm using a spruce wood just to go around it. I mean, the other idea is that you shorten the windows to 4 or extend them to 5, and then have the wood go through the middle, so it would then leave like 2 windows, or you can go up an extra block and make it so you'd have 2, and then use the wood blocks like I just did there. But for me it never seems right to do that. This is just me trying to grab some spatial awareness of how I can get it to look more like it is in the picture, just to grab out context and depth. So we go from the corner, I'm going to fill in the next layer, making it 2. And I'm going to drag it across for the 4, keeping all the windows tied in as they were. Now guys, I'm just having a moment here where I'm looking at the picture and I'm just trying to work out really the space for the door and the opposite window. So like I say, I'm just going to leave a row of 4, keeping it in context with the windows around the side, 3 high, obviously the 4th block being dragged across. And now on the inside of the window we've gone across 3 blocks. I'm going to drag my bottom row across another 4. Now my stone bricks are for the outside. You could also use grey clay, something that just looks like a really boring concrete, because actually stone does tend to add a little bit of class, which the brown house actually does lack. It's like the abandoned house of the block, so I might change them over to concrete, but for now this is just me figuring out the spaces, and then we work on little bits of detail to tie the house completely in. So I've now made that 5 long in the concrete blocks, so the space for the door will be there 5 long, and then we're going to go on the outside of the blocks another 3. So we'll use the 2, taking it back in, we'll take it in the 3, we're going to fill it in, and then from them 3 onwards obviously we'll drag the bottom row across, and then we'll have our space of the 4 for the window, and then dragging it back up, finishing with 2 on the end. So there's my 4 on the top, 4 across the bottom, and then we're going to need an extra 2 rows on the end, trying to keep it completely as symmetrical as possible. So there you have it, that's our front wall. And now putting in our glass panes. I'd always wonder whether it's worth using the glass blocks instead, and then using the spruce wood planks instead to then make a border around the windows. But for me, the blocks take up too much space, and then we're going up an extra 2 in height. And really, you don't want these houses to be too big, especially if it's just like the basic brown house. Really, you just want it to tie itself in. So coming around the back of the front side frame, we're just going to add on to the end, and we're going to drag it all the way across until we're level with the edge of the garage. So now with the innkeeping, we're just going to drag it all the way across the bottom as well. And that is our basic outlay of the house. Very square, very much in keeping with the brown house pictures I've got here. So now we're going to start thinking about the 2 windows on this side. I'm going to start dragging it in. I'm going to drag it in another 2, so that'll make it 3 from the edge. And then we're going to leave a space of 4. And then drag it back down. And then we're going to build this across one. So we're going to start from the bottom end, working 3 in and leaving a space of 4, and then filling in the middle. A very weird house to perceive in the perception of the pictures, because it's actually narrower on the front and the back, but at the same time to have the 2 windows where they should be, and obviously the garage included in a square, it just, well, rectangle, it's really hard to sort of calculate where it's going to be. So obviously we don't need a window down this end, so we're just going to come across and 2 in, like we would do on the front side. We're just going to copy the left hand side window there on the back, so that they both tie in together. So we're just going to go in, we're going to fill in with our glass panes, and then we're going to chuck spruce wood around the edges on the top and the bottoms, just to give it the sort of look that we've carried on already. If we change a few bits as we come towards a finish, do that. I don't know if you guys will want me to do the inside. I've still got to finish the Flanders house inside, or at least do my best with it for now. Or if you guys wanted, I could always leave the inside and actually just like do one for myself, and then just upload a video where, you know, at the end of part 2 I'll just show how it looks, with me just chugging in a couple of walls, a couple of floors, chugging a sofa just to look out through the window with a couple of lights, just to make it look like an authentic house. I'm actually feeling this is going to be a long job, and it's going to be one that we just keep coming back to, all different houses. We're going to try and match some of the shapes of Evergreen Terrace. I'm not sure whether to start keeping it a bit shorter, to be honest. So anyway guys, I've gone above the garage on the second block up. I've used the bottom half of it to lay slabs. It isn't just a 7, it's actually 9, so you want one overlap in the edge of the concrete. So where I've put that original one I've just knocked away, you would actually want one there. So we're going to drag it down 3 levels in half blocks each time, and then I'm just going to use a spruce fence, build it up to the 3 levels, and obviously you'll have a slab on top then. And that is our external part of the garage actually done there. I'm just going to run around my house because obviously I've built mine up a layer. You may have not of. But for me, I just didn't see the point of filling all the way across because it was going to take forever. So I thought I'd build it first, then take the layer up, meeting it with the grass. So obviously then it's just a matter of going inside and then laying the floor in instead of looking at grass on the inside. So I'm building this out three blocks. I would still leave the second row of blocks there as well, or clay if you're using clay, or obviously stone if you're using stone. And then on the last one, I would use steps rather than slabs. And also I'm going to add extra stone blocks onto the end, just another row on each end, just to add a bit more depth. Like I say guys, I probably will change these over to like stone blocks or clay, just to give it more of a concrete look, because like I say, the brown house isn't luxurious. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I needed the slabs to step up the drive, I would actually use clay there as well, just to give it a real sort of council concrete look. So I'm just going to add an extra layer on each side of the inside of the door, and just build it up to the same layer as the outside walls. And obviously we're going to drag our top row across, leaving a gap in the middle for when we build our house at a later time. So guys, I will catch you in part 2. Thanks for watching.